Welcome back to another video. Today we will be exploring NYC flights data with R script and Dplyr library. Let's load our relevant library for NYC flights. We do that by writing library and then give it the library name. Then from NYC flights 13, we load our dataset using double colon and assign it to simply a variable called flights. So as you can see, it gives us option or what dataset we need. So we are gonna select flights and it gives us some information as well. You run this by highlighting the lines and then clicking on run. You can press Ctrl Enter. And you can see we have the data frame loaded inside the flights variable. So these are the rows and these are the columns. R also tells us the data type for each column. So int is integer, dbl is double, chr is character or string, so on and so forth. The first thing we will look at is how we can filter data using filter function. Filter accepts first parameter as data frame name followed by filters. So let me give it the data frame name, which is flights. So next thing we will do is we will filter by Jan first. So that will be month will be 1 and they will be also equal to 1. So let's type it. Important to note here that double equal sign is the comparison operator and the single equal sign is the assignment operator in both Python and R script. Let me run this and we can see that we have all those rows where the month and day is equal to 1. Keep in mind that this whole line is just returning the data frame and it's not making any changes. So unless you assign this to a new data frame, this changes will be lost. So if I access the flights data frame again, there will not be any changes to actual data frame. So you can see it has the same rows as before. Nothing was changed from this filter since we did not reassign it to any other variable. We can also filter flights which left in June or July only. So let's do that. We'll type filter again, put in the data frame name. And here our filter will be month equal to 6 or month is equal to 7. So let's run this. And you can see we have the month equal to 6 and I'm sure there is 7 as well, but we cannot really see it. We can use pipe for OR and ampersand for AND comparison. So if I change this to AND, this will not return anything. That is because the month can either be 7 or 6. They both cannot be 6 and 7 at the same time. So you can see it's 0 rows and 19 columns. We can change it so you can say day equals 7, month could be 6. So once we run this, we can see that the month is equal to 6 and the day is equal to 7. This is good. Let's keep moving. Next, we can sort our data as well. We can do that by using arrange. Arrange accepts data frame as first argument, followed by column or columns to sort by. So we say arrange, given the data frame name. Default behavior is to sort by ascending, which we can change by specifically mentioning DESC for descending. So if I just give it a column name, it will automatically sort this in ascending format. So we can see here the departure delay is from smallest to largest, which is ascending. So if I change this to DESC and just wrap this around this should be opposite of this now. You can see now the highest value is at the top and then it continues to decrease. Next, we can select specific columns we need using select method. So let's open it up. So select takes in the first argument as a data frame name as before, and then the columns needed. Let's say we need year, month, and account run. And you can see our data has been filtered for these 3 columns, year, month, and day. It can take individual columns as well as dynamically using contains, ends with, or begins with, or you can use the colon notation as well. So for example, you can say select all the columns from year through departure time. So just copy paste this. Let me just copy paste this. And then what I'm gonna do is type year, colon, and then we give it column name through which we want this to select the columns. So let's say departure time, click on run. So we can see now it has data from year through departure time. All the columns that are in between will be selected. So last thing we will review is mutate, which deals with adding new columns to your data frame based off of existing columns. So let me type it up with the data frame name. Once you add the data frame name, then you give a new column name, put an equal sign, and then the calculation needed. Each new column will be separated by a comma. So for example, let's add a new column which will be difference of departure time and scheduled departure time. So if you want to see the data, you can say view and then give the data frame name and it opens it up in a new table format. Let's create a new column which will be difference of departure time and scheduled departure time. The second column will be a division of distance divided by air time multiplied by 60, which will be our speed. So let's type in our first column name. Let me format this a bit so it's easier to read. So this is our first column. Simply the new column name is here, followed by equal sign and then the calculation we need. Put in a comma. For the next line, we will add a new column which will be equal to speed, which is equal to distance divided by air time multiplied by 60. So let's run this. And we can see that the 2 new columns have been added, which are departure difference and the speed. Alright, I will wind up this video here. Thank you for watching and happy coding.